breach. Visa is yanking its seal of approval badge from credit processing company Global Payments. Hackers nabbing as many as 1.5 million credit card numbers from that company. What are they doing with those numbers right now, and whose numbers are they? To former D.C. police investigator Rod Wheeler. Rod, that's what worries me. We don't know who these 1.5 million are. For all I know, I could be among them. And what are they doing with that data?
You know, I think that's going to be worrying a lot of people, Neil, over the next couple of weeks. A lot of numbers were actually hacked from Visa and Mastercard, and as a result of that, a lot of individual consumers will find that their numbers are being compromised. So the best thing, Neil, that consumers like you and I can do at this point is to really closely monitor our credit card statements online, and anytime you see any charges for a low dollar amount like $1 or $5 or something like that, you definitely want to alert your bank right away.
All right, so you have to watch your statements carefully, and online that's easier to do than it used to be. But now I'm worried about why the delay in getting to us. Now I know 1.5 million in the scheme of potentially 100 million or so potentially compromised is small, but for those 1.5 million, it could be significant, right? Because every time there's a delay, the longer people have, or groups, nefarious and otherwise, have access to that, exponentially, the number of bad people who have that information grows, right?
Absolutely. You know what, Neil? As a matter of fact, they use those cards right away. I wouldn't be surprised, Neil, if a lot of those cards are currently in use right today. Now, it was a while, somewhat of a delay getting that information out to consumers, and I think the reason for that delay is because Visa and Mastercard security people, they were trying to figure out what exactly was the extent of this breach. They finally figured out to some degree what the extent was, and then they started notifying the financial institutions. Again, this can be very major, and especially because of the number of people that this is going to affect.
So beyond just checking our statements closely, I'm just afraid something is compromised down the road, and the better part of valor might be I'm going to change my number or do something like that. What do you think?
And you know, the big thing here, Neil, anytime you have a credit card number stolen or your identity stolen, it's really the hassle that you have to go through to try to reestablish yourself, reestablish your credit. Again, what these individuals will do real quick, Neil, they'll go to a gas station, they'll charge up maybe $1 or $2 worth of gas, and then they'll go right over to the local shopping mall and start using that card. The best thing that a consumer can do right now is, like you and I have been talking about, monitor their credit card every day. I mean, every day, make it a habit. Monitor that. Notify your financial institutions that no charges should be approved over $500 without your pre-approval over the telephone. So that's one of the things that you can do right away, what consumers can do.
All right. Thank you very much. Rod Wheeler, very wise words. All right. In the meantime, a major swing in the fight for battleground states. But will the mood right now last all the way till